Let's talk about Joey Barton. Very much a decent footballer back in the day, but someone who always had the potential for a red card. And as it turned out, a very violent person, not only on the pitch, but off it as well. He very much does have a long list of offences, both during his playing days and also after his playing days as well. He is someone who did try to manage in the EFL for quite some time, but I feel like his career is probably all but over at this point, because he's got yet another offence that he has been convicted of. In this case, convicted over social media posts. Offensive social media posts at that. Now, of course, this is a controversial topic in itself. Some people believe that social media should be a place where there is true free speech, that anybody can say whatever they want about anything they want without any legal repercussions for doing so. However, some people, and the people in the eyes of the law anyway, do believe that there are some things that you can't go saying without punishment, and that does, unfortunately for Joey Barton, apply to him. But what did he say? What is his conviction, and is this the right decision? Let's have a look here on the footballchronicle.com. As always, guys, I've got a full article going over all the details about what Mr. Barton has been convicted of here. Former footballer and manager Joey Barton has been convicted of sending grossly offensive posts on social media about broadcaster Jeremy Vine and TV pundits Lucy Ward and Eni Aluko. A jury at Liverpool Crown Court ruled that Barton had crossed the line between free speech and a crime with 6 posts he made on X, formerly Twitter. He was acquitted of 6 other counts of sending grossly offensive electronic communications with intent to cause distress or anxiety between January and March of 2024. Barton was granted bail and will be sentenced on December the 8th. Following a televised FA Cup match between Crystal Palace and Everton in January 2024, Barton likened Ward and Aluko to, quote, the Fred and Rose West of footballing commentary, end quote. And he doubled down on this later as well by posting an edited image with their faces superimposed onto a photograph of the serial killers. Yes, for those outside of the UK or those unfamiliar with the case, Fred and Rose West are 2 of the most infamous serial killers in British history. Whatever you think of Ward and Aluko as commentators, and Aluko especially, with some of the things that she has said about people like Ian Wright, this is just a step too far. This is many steps too far. Like, what relevance has this? I mean, yeah, you might not like them as commentators, and that's absolutely fine, but going and calling them serial killers like that, yeah, bit strong to say the least. Jurors found him not guilty on the comparison itself, but ruled that the altered image was grossly offensive. I mean, yeah, it kind of was, really. Barton was also convicted over another post about Aluko, in which he wrote, quote, only there to tick boxes. DEI is a load of affirmative action, all off the back of the BLM George Floyd nonsense. End quote. In another tweet, he compared Aluko to dictators, writing that she was in, quote, the Joseph Stalin Pol Pot category for having murdered hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of football fans' ears. However, as bad as that is, he was cleared of that count by the jury. The former Manchester City, Newcastle and Marseille midfielder, who has 2.7 million followers on X, was also guilty of a series of posts targeting Jeremy Vine. Barton suggested that Vine had sexual interest in children after the presenter sent him a message asking whether he had a brain injury. He repeatedly referred to Vine as a bike and asked, quote, have you been on Epstein Island? Are you going to be on these flight logs? Might as well own up now, because I'd phone the police if I saw you near a primary school on your bike. End quote. Listen, right, cyclists, not very popular here in the UK, but saying that in that much detail, yeah, you can't go saying that, particularly in a public forum like social media. It's never going to end well for you. He was convicted over the Epstein comment and another tweet that read, quote, oh, at the Jeremy Vine, did you, Rolf Aru and Schofield go out on a tandem bike ride, you big bike? Yeah. End quote. For those who are unsure about those two terms, that is referring to Rolf Harris, of course, convicted paedophile, and Philip Schofield as well, someone who's been caught in a lot of controversy when it comes to his interactions with minors in recent times. He was also found guilty of additional tweets about Vine that said, quote, if you see this fella by a primary school, call 999, end quote, and, quote, Beware man with camera on his helmet cruising past primary schools. Call the cops if spotted. End quote. Barton was cleared of 3 other posts referencing Jeremy Vine. The honorary recorder of Liverpool, Judge Andrew Menery, noted that Barton was wearing a Union Jack pattern scarf as the verdicts were read, saying, quote, "He has chosen to adorn himself with a particular flag, which I suppose is a stunt to make a point. He will not be permitted to do that on the sentencing date." End quote. And again, for everybody outside of the UK, the whole wearing of the Union flag thing, a lot of people have been showing Union flags in public areas. I mean, I know some people are going to point that out in the background. That's been up there for years. This is nothing new for me. Before anybody goes and said that, I'm not criticising people for showing the flag. I'm all for it. Obviously, you can probably tell that. But yeah, Joey Barton always wanting to make a statement, always wanting to never go down quietly. There you go. He's been convicted of that. That's everything you need to know about it, guys. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is it right that he has been convicted of these crimes? Are they even crimes in your eyes? I want to hear what you have to say in the comments below, guys. A lot of controversy around free speech and all that, but when you're saying that about people, you can say, oh, it's all right, it's just free speech. But what if you were saying that about you? What if someone said that about you in a public forum? How would you feel about that? I want to hear what you have to say, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this on the world of football. Have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world today, and we'll see you very soon.